All right, so we have Monique, and everyone knows Monique in all the groups because her energy is big. She has that big, bright energy, which is abundance. So it's amazing. And you're going to get to know that today. But we're here because Monique has been in my world. We met in person the first time, well, the only time right now, was at my book tour in Denver, which was awesome. So I love that you were on my journey then. And then she's been in Money Miracles, and then right into Miracle Worker Method, my spiritual coach training program. So tell us about what you do in the world because it's pretty awesome and it's unique.
So yeah, so hi guys, I'm excited to be here. I'm so excited that you even, created the space to open up to do this, because it was something that I prayed over affirmatively. And I was 100% dead set on being featured because I knew, I was like, I claim this. This is mine. Just like the scholarship. I did the same thing there.
That's right. That's right. You got a scholarship. Like,
yes. Which there's, okay. So I'm Monique, Mo, people call me Mo. And I'm actually a faith-based psychic medium. And my job is so unique because I get to work deeply with the living and also deeply with the deceased. But my favorite thing is really, truly reuniting people's faith in God.
Yes.
And that's what readings really do. Readings really reignite that connection. They reignite the connection of taking us outside the box that we have been constructed in and smashes that box. And it allows us to see the entire room.
Yes. I love those photos that you would share like pre-COVID, and it would be like you in this big room full of people and you'd be doing readings. Like, I think that's just so beautiful and powerful.
And that was something that opened up such a beautiful channel for me, because you actively get to see God moving in the room and affecting people and them seeing the shift of that. There's nothing quite like live person events, that though. So I know the power of it.
I love seeing women like that are working in that capacity, because it's like we need more women doing that. So I love that you do it and do it in a way that's helping people connect and get the messages, the peace, whatever they're looking for, you help them bridge that gap. So you are truly a miracle worker out in the world, whether you did the program or not. But you did do these programs, and that's what I want to talk about, because I've watched you. Number one, I already know you're powerful. I saw that all of this, but I've watched you blossom, give yourself permission to do the things you need to do and show up in a way that is even brighter and like claiming your throne in a way, buying the new things, upgrading, trusting yourself, investing, paying off the program early. Like, I mean, you're in it in all the ways. So I want to share that and just tell, like with Money Miracles, the thing about Monique is she just jumped in. Like, she was an all yes. It was like, I even DM'd her. I was like, remember you said you wanted to be in the Money Miracles thing when it came out? And she was like, oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. Pay in full. So she was she just jumped into that one. And just tell us a little bit about Money Miracles. What was your experience in Money Miracles, just for fun?
So there's kind of a backstory with Money Miracles. I had made this agreement with God, with spirit. I negotiate all the time, even though people think that you shouldn't. I do. My relationship with God and spirit is like ratchet and magic. Like, we have this very cohesive relationship. Okay. So what I did is, I literally said, if Nicole personally reaches out about Money Miracles, I'm all in. I don't care how much it costs. You personally reached out. I had enough of my money in my Venmo account for partial payment. And this is what people don't realize. I drained my savings account to pay for the rest of it. And I took all the money, and I told my husband, I said, I'm going to do this. And he's like, I absolutely know that you can do this. I know that this is possible. Let's do it. Drained my savings account, did it, jumped in. What I knew though, is that the return on this would not only be financial, it would open up a different way. And it makes me tear up because it opened up a different way of living.
Yes.
It opened up a different realm because of the place that it took me into. It takes you into the inner caverns of where you are truly afraid to go. And it opened up access points within myself where I knew that I was able to do this. And I made that money back within 3 weeks, the entire program within 3 weeks. And I put that back in to my savings account. And since then, it's been so many money miracle after miracle. I hit my first savings account goal ever in 2 months.
Yeah.
And to see, and this sounds so strange, but I wanted to be a woman that was not afraid of money.
Yes.
And I wanted to be a woman that was not afraid of living a really big life. And you know what really called my own self out was, if I reframed it, if my client was coming to me with a program I created, are you willing to do this? Are you willing to bet on yourself as much as God is betting on you? Yes, you are.
Yes.
And that's when I knew this is it. This is the pivot. This is the point. This is the point of no return. And if I take this leap, miracles are on the other side. And I said, fuck yes.
Yes.
I am going in. I am going in. And that's when I did it. And ever since that, I actually have a miracle tracker because so many things have shifted in my life, Nicole.
I love it. I love, like, I would always see the alerts come through when you would post in the group. You're like, all right, ladies. And one thing that I want to share that was big for you, and this is big for all female entrepreneurs, and we're not going to go into all the specifics, but in the program, I don't necessarily teach about this in the courses, but because you can ask me whatever you want and get the coaching. One of the questions you asked me was about getting paid more, and you shifted from hourly mindset, like in this one single session, to creating containers that were in the 4 figures. And it's like, that is when things really shift. But I
huge financial shifts.
Yeah, all of your wins, like I have chills because I just remember you always like just dropping that little miracle in the group, and we would all just be like, okay, yes. I mean, a lot of women were, but I loved watching that for you. And then after, let's talk about after, because we went through that program. It was really great. A few months later, Miracle Worker Method came out, and you had not reached out to me about it, but, and this is the thing I want to point out to everyone. I don't reach out and DM everyone. I am not a cold DMer. That is not my thing. I'm like, if you want to date me, I want to date you. Like, let's go create. But there's some times when women just fall into my heart. Like they're in my field, and I'm like, all right, I would be remiss if I didn't reach out and just see what's here. Let's see. And I remember I reached out to you. It was like some of like the last few days, maybe like 2 or 3 days before enrollment closed. And I'm like, hello, you're on my heart. I don't know if this is on your heart, but are you thinking about it? Like, I think this would really benefit you and take you to next level with your business. And I mean, this is the thing I also want to point out is Mo's already like spiritually gifted. She's not coming to me like, teach me this. It's just a level of mastery that I knew that in the container, there would be a next level. So tell us about that, because you were hesitant to jump in. You were like, it's a bigger commitment financially than I'm used to. So tell us about this.
So there's a lot of, when Miracle Worker Method rolled out, when there was even like talks about it in your realm, immediately I already knew that it was on my heart and that God was calling me to do it. Spirit was calling me to do it. But I also knew that there was going to be this leap of faith designed in that on purpose, because it was literally expanding my energetic body in so many ways to hold more financials, to hold more clients, to hold the vision longer, clearer, stronger for ultimately what it is I was creating. I realized in that, even that resistance of me working through the resistance, it was already expanding me rapidly. Miracle Worker Method pushed me in a lot of ways because I knew it was going to stretch me, but I knew it was going to give me miracles of truly seeing what the divine can not only do it in other people's lives, but in mine. And it was really unique because again, I made an agreement. I was like, all right, God. You're like, I was like, all right, God, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take this on and I'm going to do this, but I'm going to give myself, and you had given me the framework around it. Give yourself space. I was one of the few people that ended up taking on payments because I was afraid of this commitment. It scared me.
Yeah.
And it really scared me because my larger investments up until that point had only been student loans. And so that for me around working through Money Miracles was trying to reframe negative debt and positive debt. And so it was really beautiful to have you again. You came forward and you snapped me back into this place of, this is an old version of you that is essentially dying out, this identity, this woman that is afraid of even these payments, right? Once you realize that you reframed it, I thought this is my pivotal point of breaking through. I made the agreement with God and I was like, okay, I'm going to take on the larger sum, the more money, the longer payments, because this is where I'm comfortable enough to take the sleep. But I want the ability to pay this off early.
Yes.
In full. And I want additional support on top of it. Then came the scholarship that I claimed. Okay. And
Yeah.
not only did I take on a $5,000 agreement, I got the scholarship that knocked off $1,000. Then because of that, I had this huge influx. Why? I created the larger, higher caliber program, like you suggested,
Yes.
which took me from consistent $2,500 months to my first $6,000 month without a website, without sales strategies, without anything put in place but spirit as my strategist, period.
You're right. And we already like, I'm like the $10,000 month is here. So-
Right around that corner. And it's funny because I birthed this package, this package that we've created. And since then, I actually had a client today, we talked about it. She's like, I'm ready to extend this package, deepen this work. And there is another package created at a higher caliber price point already being created. And people are asking about it. And it's not even yet been born. It is real. It's real. This magic is real.
Oh my goodness. And I love like one thing that you did in the course, because everyone works the course differently, right? Some people buy these courses, both courses. And that's the beauty of a digital course. You get it. You have the coaching and the sisterhood that's really active for the program length. And then you can go back to it as many times as you want. But you came in the one day because you were like, I didn't think I had the time or the space to listen to the course. And you listened to that module and then you took it right into a client and got results. And I think that's what I want people to understand is like, I'm designing this, like, do the module and take it right into your work. Do the module and let's create a new package. Like, let's use it and get your money back. Like, this is
100%.
not a school loan where you go invest in debt and then have schooling, then you got to go find a job. Like, you have a business, you have a mentor. Like, let's make miracles. So what was it like for you taking that, the stuff that you learned, the experiences in the modules, and then taking that into your current client work?
Okay, so this is actually what I've done. So when I started creating like a mentorship coaching package, it was really called mentorship before I slid into the coaching package. But this is what I did. I looked at clients before I did Miracle Worker Method. Okay, totally different result. Totally different result. They were moving through stuff, but not creating what I call quantum shifts. Okay.
Yes.
That's because I was lacking something that I didn't quite get. I was lacking what you teach. And this is my favorite thing that you teach: embodiment. You took that to a next level. And Miracle Worker Method every single week takes the layer of embodiment to a new excavation point.
Yeah.
And once I saw that this was the missing piece, that's what I did. I stayed up late and I was like, I'm going all in. I'm going all in. Why? I want these men and women to go all in. I don't want to leave them hanging. I want, like you said, I want to wrap them up with this beautiful bow and let them know that it's going to be okay. So what I did is I did what I was normally doing. And then I added the implementation of what you were literally teaching me in the weeks before, adding it within 24 hours, literally 24 hours later. And the results were massive. I mean, just the text messages from my clients, just texting me and saying, I'm not quite sure what happened, but just from this session alone, I'm finally in some small way able to see myself differently.
And that just makes me so happy because, you know, as a creator, I have doubted creating this. Like, could I create it? Are people ready for this? Can't they just go to life coach school? But it's different. It's different. And, you know, I know that the way I even teach is different because some people are like, I don't want to do all the meditating. I don't want to do the body work. I don't want to do things. Just tell me. And I'm like, you can't take people into that texture of life and feel into the things unless you journey it yourself. And that's why it's really, I've chose because it's for the journey and you were always willing and you're like, all right, let me go into the journey and let's see what's there. But now your clients are the beneficiaries of that as well. So that just makes me feel so happy because that's why I feel like, and you know this, like this is the work that we're needing to heal and to soften into everything's okay. We're okay. There's nothing wrong.
It's been a powerful shift. You know, ultimately with Miracle Worker Method, I tweaked ultimately the entire package and I ended up adding a week to my program. And I had a client that ended this week and her text message, it was so validating that I couldn't respond right away because it was such a gift to receive that love back. And literally she told me this is one of the absolute best things that I could have ever done. And it was just holding space for this woman to emerge and truly remember who she is beyond all of the illusions that keep her separate. And it's been a miracle witnessing women come home and men
Yeah.
truly come home to who they are.
Oh my goodness. So this is the cool thing is like, this is just like, we just ended, like we're in the last week.
Mhm.
Did you watch module 10 or listen to them?
And I'm not even done yet. I'm
Okay.
still in weeks 8 and 9. I'm in saturation mode.
Yeah, that's what we said. Cause some of the ladies, Lauren and Mo were like, we're just saturating. Maybe it won't end if we don't do it. But week 10 is all about business. So we go through the process and then we go into the business. But that's really what I want to empower you all with is like, we need more women doing the good work, doing the deep work, doing it from integrity, doing it from personal experience, doing it with the intention of, I want you to go back home to your heart. I'm not trying to be the expert or the guru or whatever. You are. And then also, we deserve to make the money while doing
Yes,
it. We should be rich
absolutely.
too, not just like the women,
Absolutely.
as my friend Annabelle would say, priestesses, get off the couch. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah. So
Absolutely.
I love that. You've bought yourself some beautiful new things recently. You have upgraded your living environment.
Mhm.
You have such a beautiful supportive relationship. I love how your man just supports all the things you do. And I just know that there's so much good that's unfolding through you as you and for you. So I'm
And
excited.
then, they're truly, it's so there's been this place through the various, I call it, I've been in spirit school all year with you and another amazing coach. And, the good thing that has really come through this for the first time ever, there is a cellular submission to the highest vision of my life with God. And
Mm,
there is a trust that is moving in so deep that even when there's like a hint of this older version of myself, I see her and I love her. And then I immediately am like, no, God's got this. I've got this. I know my spiritual backbone has become strengthened immensely.
yes, spiritual
It's been
stamina.
powerful.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
love that. Well, I love having you in my world. You're so much fun. You're just such a bright light. And I mean, you're always in my world. I'll be cheering you on from all the places. But I want to thank you for coming here, sharing this, because what I know is there's another woman that offers something, and you could be, like there's women that makes multiple six figures that are in that program. There's women that don't even have their
Mhm.
business yet, right? Like I feel like Monique falls in the middle where
Mhm.
she's been making the money, but now she's like, how can I make more? How can I deepen and step into that mastery and that like ascended CEO? So that being said, um, I hope that this message, that this container that we just created reaches the women that are ready to step into their light and to stop hiding, because we need you and it's your time to thrive, shine, share, all the things. So thank you, Monique. I appreciate you and I love you.
I love you too. Thank you so much for having me, Nicole. It has always been an honor to share space with you from the very beginning.
Oh, thank you so much. Hold on.